The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down. G-Wade Podcast, and I'm kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
And we got a special guest in the building. He hadn't been here in a good little while now. At this point, I want to say about 3 years, 4?
Probably about 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years? Okay, it was before the pandemic, so I would say 2018 more than likely.
Probably about 2019. Right? That's when I did the show.
Is that when you did the show?
Yeah,
2019. All right. What's that? 20, carry the 1. So 3 years, give or take. Okay, that's what's up. And we had met because of that, I believe, because of the play you were doing.
I think we met with Shalicia because I was in Shalicia Mason's play. She came up here to do transfer.
Oh,
I found you.
That's what's up.
I did the play, then my play.
Your play, right, right. It gets so convoluted. You know what I'm saying? You know how you meet people, you're like, I know I met them somewhere, but I can't remember where. You can't place them. All right, so let's back up because we want to jump into the stuff that you got going on that's getting ready to happen like right now. But we want to talk about it, but we want to go back a little bit just to kind of bring our listeners up to speed of who Deonte Bolden is. So now I got to say this because, you say D.C., you know what I'm saying? So I got to know if this D.C. is Maryland or Virginia.
Well, I was born in Washington, D.C.
So born in D.C. Okay, so it is authentic. Okay, yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, but I was raised in DMV area, so I don't know much about D.C. It was like I was there. I was born.
You remember what hospital?
A District Columbia Hospital.
Oh, D.C. Hospital? Okay.
Yeah, so,
D.C. General, rather.
Yeah, I don't even think
it's the equivalent of Grady.
Grady.
You know what I'm saying? It's the community. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Actually,
Mary was born.
Right. That's where I was born. Yeah, D.C. General. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I didn't even know you were from D.C.
Born and raised, man.
Okay.
Born and raised. And I always ask that question. And if you talk to anybody, because but if you talk to anybody from D.C. and somebody say they from D.C., they're going to say, wait. Because people throw out the DMV, but where? You know what I'm saying?
Where?
So
yeah, I've been all through there.
So born in D.C. at D.C. General, and then your family moved out to Maryland.
Yes.
Do you remember what part? Or did you live in D.C. at any time, at any age?
Yeah, so I was there till I was 4 when my mom and dad divorced. I was off D Street.
Northwest or northeast?
Northeast.
Okay, gotcha.
And I went to Peabody's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cluster school. So I was there, and when my mom and dad divorced, I moved to Maryland, Silver Springs, Maryland.
Silver Spring, okay.
Then,
what part? Where around Silver Spring?
I can't even say.
I'm asking because I lived in Silver Spring too. That's why,
I can give you more info later, but I don't even remember. It was, and then we stayed there for about a year, and then we moved to Virginia, which was like Virginia Beach area.
Oh, you were Southern Virginia.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
we moved there, yeah.
Okay.
And, I've been around Alexandria. I actually graduated from North Stafford High School, so Stafford.
Oh,
Virginia.
nice.
So yeah, that's been my little
your stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Virginia Beach area before you moved here.
No, so before I moved here, when I graduated from high school, I moved to Los Angeles. So I was in Los Angeles for a little bit.
That's right. I remember
I wanted to be an actor
and
do all that thing, and still do, And then once I kind of got tapped into my writing, I moved here to Atlanta to really start my production company.
So when you moved out to L.A., this was what year? Do you remember?
It was about 2012, 2013.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think I'm trying to remember when I'm sorry, what was her name again?
Shalicia.
When did she come through here?
She came through here in 2018, so I had just moved here in 2018.
That's what it was.
And then I had started her production, and
you kind of hit the ground running when you came to Atlanta.
Yeah, I came here and I got a part of her production and her play, and then met her and just kind of had the buzz to write again because I took a break because I was discouraged in the beginning because things weren't moving the way I wanted them to. So I was like, I'm just gonna come in and do acting.
Well, let's talk about LA for a second because we all want to Hollywood or bust. You know what I'm saying? I left my job in 1998 to move to LA. I still got the VHS tape with all my coworkers saying, bye, enjoy LA, good, break a leg, all that stuff, Never went there. It didn't go at that time, nope. But to go become Denzel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but what happened when you got there? How did it play out for you?
Los Angeles is good. It was great for the acting, but when you go to Los Angeles, you have to be prepared because there's a different climate and environment. Like people think, oh, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna be this superstar, but everybody's there doing what you want to do, and it has to be something about you that stands out. And for me, I loved LA because it gave me the strength that I needed to come here. It gave me the boost that I needed, because a lot of things, what I've noticed, everybody's trying to do it as competition, and I had to really learn how to build my own table. Sometimes we go into it thinking, oh, I want people to see my potential. I want people to see that I'm talented, I'm great. But you have to believe in yourself, and LA taught me that ain't nobody gonna do it unless you do it for yourself. You gotta be your biggest fan. You have to build your own table, and then people will come and eat. So I learned that in LA, and I miss LA, and I plan to go back. But right now, I just know that Atlanta is where I need to be right now to really build, and I've seen the growth here. So.
Were you out there by yourself, or did you move with friends,
no,
family?
I had my mom. My grandmother was there at first.
Okay.
My support system. My mom, I call her Mama Bear. She's always there supporting. She was like,
I thought she was gonna be here with you when you came.
No, today she didn't, but she just has always been my support system, and I met a lot of people there, friends, and people who I've grown to love for a lifetime. So it's great.
Okay, and so then moved to Atlanta, and then kind of just hit the scene. What was the first thing you did when you moved to Atlanta? First person you met, first place you went?
Actually on my way here, I met, I don't know if you guys remember Coco Brown.
Oh, yeah.
She was actually on the plane sitting behind me, and I remember her voice, and I was like, that voice sounds familiar. So I met her, and she gave me her business card right here, moving here. She was like, if you have something, let me know, which I haven't hit her up yet because I want to make sure it's the right project.
Hey, every project is the right project, bro.
Yeah. Well, you got to kind of, figure it out because I'm still building. But, I met her, and when I came here, I just really kind of took a break, kind of filled out Atlanta a little bit, and then I saw a casting. That's when I saw Shalicia's casting for her stage production I did in 2018, The Transparent, and then next thing you know, I just kind of eased back into writing and doing table reads for my own productions, and then that's when Looking for Love came, and just working on stuff. So.
Because that was the play that you did in 20. Was it 20? What year was it?
We did it in 2019.
2019. Why does it don't seem like it was 2019?
I know, like when I did it this time, I was like,
because it was a really nice turn. I came out to your play. It was a really nice turnout.
It was, and when I decided to do it because I wanted to do it as a film, and it didn't really seem like the budget was coming together. And being on Shalicia's play, I was like, I could do this, I could put on a play. But I was scared because I was like, ain't nobody know me. I'm new to Atlanta. Who gonna come out to my show? And
Tyler Perry.
I couldn't believe the turnout for it. I was like, we had two sold out
You had
shows.
a nice turn. It was packed in there. I remember that specific because first I couldn't find it. I was driving in circles. I think I passed it like 27 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because GPS don't cooperate when they can't quite figure it out. But when I found it and I pulled up, I was like, dang, there's a lot of cars out here. Then when I went inside, I was like, dang, I kind of was thinking what you was thinking. I didn't know it was gonna be this packed out.
It was packed, and so when I did it, it started out as a love letter to my mom, really just me seeing her trying to get into these various relationships and not being the guy for her. It was when we had you would get on the phone line and meet these different
call 1-800
that kind of thing,
or 1-900 rather,
and chat line.
Chat lines.
The chat line. I can never think of it when I go to interviews. I was like, what do you call that thing? It's been
just
so
don't say
long.
the sex line. You know what I'm saying? It was a chat line.
So and I used to always see her trying to find the right person, and that love letter. Once I kind of
that's interesting.
Yeah, once I kind of got the love letter and an encouraging letter to my mom, I was like, I need to turn this into a play, because other people need to see this. So I wrote this play about these group of medical professionals. They're in the medical field. They're successful in their profession, but they want to be in love, and because of their infatuation with being in love, they fall in love. They fall into these various relationships that are not meant for them, and they pay the price for it. And what I want people to get is that love doesn't hurt. It just falling in love with the wrong person hurts, because we all, can experience love for ourselves if we're just truly patient and wait for the right person.
Now you said love letter. So just for clarity, so you're saying you wrote your mom a love letter?
Yeah, I wrote a letter to really encourage my mom, because sometimes when we get discouraged, when we see, our parents, I love my mom, and I know that she deserves to find love.
Right.
And I wanted to write something to just really encourage encourage her to, keep her head held high and, understand that it's not her all the time. And then, sometimes it's just waiting for, to be in love. Because I feel like, especially with women, and it's understandable, you have that time clock ticking, biological clock. It's like, I got to, find him now. I ain't going to never find him. And my mom always say, I want to make sure I'll be able to have a 20, 30-year relationship with someone.
Yeah.
So that was the letter that I wrote for her, but it ended up turning into, let's make this a play.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, was this a 4-page letter? I'm thinking of Aaliyah right now. But
it was pretty lengthy. I would say 4 or 5 pages. But then the script, I was like, oh wow, it turned into something. I started thinking about all these different characters, and I was like, well, instead of writing a letter, let my mom see this play and let her be encouraged. And even she has been inspired by the play.
Now, so help me out. Help us out with that. So you have this 4 or 5 page letter that you wrote to your mom, encouraging her about finding love, looking for love, and finding love, and not giving up on love.
Yeah.
And so, how did you start to develop that into a script?
Because
what was the first step you
I'm a
took?
very visual person, so when I was writing, I always found myself watching TV.
Okay.
And a stage play came on, and I was like, wow, it would be nice to just, finally write a stage play. Because I was like, maybe I'll eventually write a stage play, but I didn't know what I wanted to write about. And in the process of writing and encouraging my mom, I was able to start thinking of characters, and characters just come out of me. I don't know what it is about us creators, but we can sit down, watch. I was trying to turn it off last night. I was watching a movie, and I started thinking of another script.
Gotcha.
But we start thinking of all these different characters, and I was like, wow. And for some reason, the title came to me, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places, because that's what I wrote in the letter. And I was like, this need to be a title. And the next thing you know, just characters started coming to me. I started with my Gina. My Gina was the first one that came to play, my Neil character. And I was like, it would be great to have 2 characters that, one, she's trying to live and stick to her morals and beliefs, and this guy is trying to pressure her into all of this. So it just started coming. I don't know how to explain it much, but characters just start flowing. I feel like people talk in my head all the time, and I try to get them out. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the creative
I
thing.
fully understand. Being a creative, I fully understand. I my head stays filled with different voices and all these kind of things, and I'm like, I gotta get this stuff out of me.
And it comes at the most oddest times. Like I'll be working, and then next thing you know, like characters start talking to me. I'm like, can I just work in peace? But it's the job of the creator.
Man, I wrote a whole play at work.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
what's the title of it?
It's called Calling My Name.
Okay.
Wrote it back in '95, and it had become a passion project of mine because we had how many times did we run it? I think twice. Excuse me, but it's just always been a passion project. I said one day I'm gonna adapt this play into a film. This is just happening one day, and that day is soon.
Okay,
because we are now in pre-development right now. So
right, I'm excited. I'll be in the audience supporting just like you support me.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
it. If you
it.
need any type of advice or help, just let me know.
Absolutely,
we're all out here trying to make it happen.
Make it do what it do. Yeah, man. So now you got the full script. You got all the characters flushed out. Now how did you go about? And I'm talking about the first time you ran it. How did you go about finding these characters the talent for these characters?
Yeah, so I post the casting. I always use Actors Access.
Okay.
And I post them on social media. And this time around, I don't know what happened. It was more challenging this second time around because I thought the first time around was going to be the best, but the most challenging. But this one, putting it back together, because we're in 3 years since it happens. Everybody's in different spaces. So for me, it was just posting a casting. I had a few of my returning actors come, and then I had some.
I saw the I can't remember his name, the older gentleman.
Yes, he was actually trying to come today. But
was it George?
George.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna let somebody else come on. G-Way. He came with me because I actually had another radio interview the other night.
Okay. Is that over there with Network? I saw you doing something with Network, DJ Network. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. So I don't know if y'all collaborated, but y'all would make.
Well, no, me and Network, we just spoke maybe about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So at some point we're gonna figure something out.
I was talking to him about you. But yeah, so
he's a good dude.
Yeah, with the casting, it was just posting the casting. It got a little discouraging because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have all my actors back, and then some of them weren't able to come back. So I just posted. For me, it's seeing how they can really help me to see different characters. And what I've noticed, even with most of my casting, sometimes people come in for one role, and you see them as another role, and that's just having that creative eye. But yeah, it was interesting this time. I faced some disappointments this time because there were certain people who I thought, oh, they will come back, they're going to be supporting, and they don't. But I think God is just preparing me for the business itself. That people are going to be with you, they're going to start with you, but they ain't always going to finish with you.
Yeah,
and
true
I had
that.
to learn that valuable lesson.
Yeah, and again, people move in different directions, pulled in different directions. Maybe now no longer interested in this type of stuff at all. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just kind of stick their toe in. It's like, yeah, but it's not for me.
Yeah, and I respect it. I just always respect people who just are open and honest. And when people say they couldn't do it, I was just like, okay, it still got to get done, because at the end of the day, God, what God has for you is for you.
Absolutely.
And what I want people to understand, and I will share even the night of, keep pushing. If people are not going to be on board with you, you got to keep moving and keep it grinding. And those people are watching now because they're seeing the show keep going on. So yeah.
And so you also started we're going to get into your books too, but you also had started a podcast a couple of years back. But then when pandemic hit, like I said, everybody jumped on social media or through Zoom and whatever. But you started the podcast. What was the podcast?
DNA podcast.
DNA, that's what it was.
So it's me and my friend Jazz, who's also in the play. She's playing Danielle, and Beloved, who's working on the production as well. And we just really, it was a lot to say. I feel like, to me, Christianity has a negative connotation sometimes when we talk about it. And I wanted to talk about this group of young people who are, trying to, DNA, of course, stands for discovering, nurturing, and applying God's word to our everyday lives. We value God and Him being a part of our lives. I thought somebody got pregnant.
Y'all had to try to figure it out.
No. But we wanted to create a space where we can just be open and honest about our struggles, what we go through, our ups and downs in life, but also understanding that, we're pushing through, and we want to encourage other people during the process. So we have some, fun, little concepts that we have. We call My Cup is Runneth Over, things that we're tired of, seeing and things happening. And we just really have fun. So we've took a little hiatus right now because we're working on a stage production, but we plan to be back, and we plan to come back in this space and really just come and do our podcast. So we've been having fun, and we've been nominated for a few awards as well, I think, along with you. So
I think we had seen each. I know we've seen each other. Seen each other at the what's that called?
Oh yeah, ATL Hottest.
That's what. Yeah, ATL Hottest. Yeah,
you were looking all spiffy. And
I was chilling, man. I was just chilling.
That's G-Way. That's scary.
I'm just over there chilling, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Your awards are coming soon.
I think you got an award that night, I thought.
No, I haven't gotten. I've been nominated a few times, but I haven't, gotten an award. But it's great to be nominated and great.
Absolutely.
To be noticed, they see us out there.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all peeking through and just acknowledging us in some kind of way.
I got ticket sales while I'm on here with you. Then when I get ticket sales, they notify me on my phone. So,
that's what's up. Yeah. Shout outs to the folks who's buying, purchasing their tickets right now to Looking for Love in all the wrong places. The stage play, and of course that's going down right now, the 12th and the 13th of this February, 6 p.m. So was it here before?
No, we were at the Patricia Vaughn Culture Arts Center, but Patricia we're now at Sawmill Culture Arts Center, which is not too far from that first location.
So this is in Marietta. Okay.
Yeah. And we're streaming virtually and in person, so we're giving people the opportunity. So if you're not in the Atlanta area, you can still see it virtually. You purchase the online streaming virtual portion of the production, and we just wanted to do it for it was important for me that even though people may not feel comfortable coming out right now with the Omicron and COVID, that they still can see it from the comfort of their own home. So you can chill on your couch and watch Looking for Love and all that.
Speaking of that, being able to watch it online. Because of the pandemic, of course, it shut down things, and it was no longer church as usual. So churches obviously went to the next step, which is jump on social media or online and start streaming that way. And I've been asking, people, pastors, has church from their perspective and experience, has it returned back to normal. For you, has church returned back to normal? Are you up Sunday mornings, or you Zooming?
My church is a little small, so I've been doing virtual a little bit more because I've been so busy with this. But because my church gives us the opportunity to do virtual and in person, but I try to go in person when I can because we're more of a small environment. I still wear my mask,
right,
because me and mask, we best friends, so
right.
I don't trust not taking off my mask in settings like this. I know I have to because you get the muffle and stuff like that. But I just believe in whatever meant for everybody. I think it's going to be a while. I don't believe there's ever going to be a thing where we go back to normal.
Okay.
Because we are just experiencing different things at a time. But I feel like we have to learn how to adjust and adapt to things. And it was scary for me when I did my stage production. I was like, am I ever going to be able to do a stage production again? But I realized if nobody takes the first step to do it, then who else is going to do it?
Right.
So I want to be one of those. Well, let's do it.
Now, will it be? You going to say something?
No, I was going to probably the same question you got. There we go.
Oh no, I was just make sure you got your mic up too, because of the.
Probably the same question you have. Seating. How's seating going to be handled?
Say it again.
How is seating going to be handled post?
We're going to be doing limited seating, so it's not going to be full capacity. And we encourage your mask. We're taking your temperatures at the door.
Oh, wow.
So if you're coming in sneezing
Come
and
in with your
coughing,
vax card.
we're going to be telling you, if you've experienced any symptoms, we're going to kind of tell you guys to go or don't come in. But yeah, we're keeping everybody safe. That's the most important thing, while experiencing theater, because it's nothing like theater and having that live in person.
Right.
So what you're saying is, just in case, bring your laptop so you can watch it online.
Right.
Yes.
Out in the car.
Yes, because you're coming in coughing and sneezing, we're going to send you right on that.
Right. Yeah, and you just mentioned, having people in the seats. You watch talk shows, your Wendy's, Tamron Hall, and court shows. They got the screens of all their now viewers kind of peeking in versus being in the studio audience. How is that going to be? Because you said limited seating. With stage plays, it's kind of the instant gratification. You do something funny, they laugh now. You know what I'm saying? You get to see it or hear it. But they're on the screen now. How, what I'm saying?
Well, they have for the virtual.
Will you be able to see? Will you guys be able to see the audience?
Not virtual. Are you talking about the in person or the virtual?
Well, I know you'll see the in person, but what about the virtual?
Virtual, they'll have we have comment sections,
okay.
So people can type in their comments or oh, that's funny, or they can do like that. We can't actually see them.
Gotcha.
But it's giving them the opportunity once they purchase the tickets. We stream it from Vimeo. I think you say Vimeo, right? And Vimeo. I always say wrong. Vimeo.
I don't even know.
I think it's Vimeo.
Oh, Vimeo.
I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So yeah, we stream it from there, and they get to be a part of the experience. They see it from the beginning to the end. Unfortunately, it's not like in person.
Yeah.
That in-person experience with them, but I just want them to feel included as well, because I know that some people are just like, I ain't ready to get out there right now,
right?
But I want to, experience this. So now you can see it virtually.
No, that's cool. Excuse me. I had did some production at this college here in Atlanta for their graduation. This was a few months, 6 months ago, maybe. And we set up everything and Zoom, and of course people were in at the college, watching the graduation, but it was a lot of people on Zoom watching. I was like, I was kind of amazed by it. I was like, wow, it was a full house on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's amazing how the new norm is technically right now starting to become just norm. You know what I mean?
And it's going to be like that. And the reason why I did it, I think my friend Jennifer, she's in Canada, and she was like, Deonte, are you going to stream this? And at first I wasn't going to do it because I knew it was a lot of money. Like virtual streaming is a lot of money. I was like, Lord Jesus, that's my budget right there. But I did it because I love, what I do, and I love my cast, and my cast has just been doing a phenomenal job. So I was like, I want to make sure that people will be able to see this in all aspects and not give the excuse, oh, well, I can't see it because I'm here.
Right.
And I have people who I know in California and different people in states and stuff like that. My own dad who's in Maryland. So I just wanted to be able to give that opportunity for people to see it. So it is becoming a part of the new normal. Will it be as good as the experience coming in and seeing it? Not exactly, because I believe you got to be there to kind of be in there.
Yeah.
But it will also give you the opportunity to enjoy it and experience it. As
well. Yeah. No, that's cool. So that means you're having a production team come in, lights, camera, action type deal.
Yes, I have a streaming guy who's working with me. He's actually he put the promo video together for the promo. If you go on my social media,
okay.
But yeah, he's coming in and he has his team and they're gonna come in and we're also recording it as well to place it on DVD.
Gotcha.
Like that.
Nice. Maybe we should also look at some of the DSPs to like your Prime, Amazon Prime, because I think they take I know they take independent, so maybe you can get it on that platform.
Yeah, I'm using it for promote because my next goal is to tour with the stage production.
Okay.
I just pray the Omicron and all this go away so I can go, but I want to actually get on the road and actually, tour different states. I want to hit my mom's state, North Carolina. I want to go to D.C. I actually have a friend who's coming from D.C. She was like, you need to tour with this stage production. So she's trying to find me a location there. So I just want to take it on the road and really travel with it. Leave this 9 to 5 and focus on production.
I feel you. And let's talk about the books, Purpose, Pain, and Differently Able. Let's talk about Purpose, Pain first.
Yes. I just remember when I came here last time, I wasn't an author.
Which one? I had to look at my backpack. What camera you on? What's 3 right here? No, over here.
So Purpose Pains is it's a book. See, many people, they understand, they see the glory of what I do, and people are inspired by what I do, but they don't understand there is challenges that came with it. And I really am passionate about people who go and experience things in life, but I have a sense of compassion for those who say, I've been through that, but I don't know if I'm ready to dive into being successful, because they still are in that victim space. So I wanted to shine a light and say, even though I'm doing all these different things, I'm an author, I'm doing all these different things, I still have faced challenges. And one of the greatest challenges that I had to overcome was losing my brother. In 2006, my brother, he passed. He had muscular dystrophy.
Oh, wow.
And it was the most
Sorry
difficult time of my life. Yeah, and I had... really, nobody knew, and my mom just realized that I had actually planning to take my own life. I didn't want to live anymore because a lot of my identity was wrapped up into taking
younger
care of my
brother, older brother.
He was older.
Older
so
brother.
He was
okay.
5 years older than me.
Okay.
And I was like the big brother to my big brother. And when he passed, and I was mostly like his caretaker with my mom. I didn't know that I had purpose. I was like, well, that's just it for me. So I talk about in Purpose Pains a little bit of that experience and how I push from pain to purpose. Many people, we stay in pain, but we don't want to move and find purpose. And I believe that life happens and we can't control what happens in our lives, but we can control how we move past it and how we deal with it. You got to learn how to adapt to the changes in your life. So that's Purpose Pains, is really me breaking down the acronym of pain, help people see it from not just a negative perspective, but a positive perspective, and you can either sit and wallow in your pain or you can use it to be able to fuel you to get to the next level of your life. So that's what Purpose Pains is.
Okay. Now let me back up because you mentioned, wanting to take your own life. How was it discovered? Were you in the act of it? Like what?
Yeah, basically, after, losing my brother, I was pretty much there for my mom. My mom, she, it was her son, so it was really challenging for her. And I suppressed a lot of emotions. I didn't really want to talk about it. I was, acting like I was okay when I really wasn't. And I got depressed. It was a really down period for me. I felt like I was alone. I felt like there was the only person in the world that was dealing with that. And it got to the point where it became so much that I felt like I couldn't express myself. And the only thing that I knew to do was to just end it all. And I had actually wrote a suicide letter.
Wow.
To my mom, just saying, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm good. And, I want you to live life, be better, do what you need to do for you. And I just wanted to, end it all. But through that was where I kind of had started finding my gift of writing. And I had wrote a poem. And I posted, I think I shared a poem with a couple of close friends of mine. I was like, man, this poem is really good. You need to write. And I was like, maybe I do got purpose. Maybe I need to try that. Maybe I need to live a little longer and see what this is about. And that's when I kind of got into expressing myself through the arts, writing a little bit and all of that stuff. So I found purpose in my pain.
Yeah.
And you know what? You mentioned this play kind of stemmed from you writing a letter to your mom. That letter that you write to your mom, that's another play, bro, because you don't know how many people you could be helping
Yes, absolutely. And that's the point of writing. I realized God showed me that, you have purpose here. Your purpose is to write, to create, to do a lot of things to inspire other people, because I realized we don't go through what we go through just for us as creatives and people, period. We have to be selfless. We understand that we go through things for other people, because somebody lost their brother, somebody lost their sister, somebody needs experience looking for love. Somebody's out there looking for love in all the wrong places. So I just thank God that I'm able to tap into my full potential to be a blessing to somebody else.
Yeah. And the other book, Differently Abled,
Yes.
I may be different, but I make a difference. Now, is this a dedication to your brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Actually, it's a children's book that I wanted to write. When everybody was losing their mind during COVID, I was actually being creative. I was like, listen, COVID, you're going to keep me in this house for so long that I'm going to just be writing a whole bunch of books and plays. And I did. So I wrote that last year and wanted to write it because I started thinking about my brother, the conversations we had. One thing I realized growing up is that it was easy for me to make friends, but for my brother, it wasn't, because he was disabled. And I used to always get so upset when I would see other kids look at him and stare or point and like, what's wrong with him? And they would treat my brother as if he had this contagious disease. So I was like, when I was thinking about my brother during the shutdown, it was like, I was thinking about a conversation. One thing my brother used to always say is, man, life would be so much better if I could just get up and walk and play basketball. He was a sports fan. And I was like, I want to take something like that and write it, because I feel like many special needs kids don't see themselves a lot in books, especially as superheroes and powerful. So I was like, it would be great to just write something where about these 4 children, they're going into middle school. Middle school is the most difficult time for children.
Tell me about it.
They are mean. And
no
they're trying to fit
filters.
in,
Yeah.
find their friends and peers, and they find themselves the center and prank of everybody's jokes and laughter. And it's around Christmas time when many kids are saying, you know what, I want toys and gifts and gadgets, but these children, their desire for Santa is to make them normal for them so they can see life on the other side. But when they get there, they realize life isn't as grand as they thought it would be, and they're different because they make a difference. And I wrote it in honor of my brother to keep his legacy. If you look at the end, his picture is at the end. And, I just really want to keep my brother's legacy alive. I actually was at a Focus event, which is a special needs event last Saturday. When I tell y'all these people ate up this book, like I actually had to put in an order for more books because I'm pretty much out. I had to look for that one to come and bring for you today. So it's an amazing book. It's changing lives, and I actually want to adapt that book into animation film. So.
Well, I was looking at the illustration, and I was like, well, whoever because it's illustration, whoever that person is, they did a great job.
Yeah, she did.
She did a great job.
Yeah, she was from India.
Wow.
Yeah, she's from India, and she did an amazing job.
How did you link up with her?
It was, what is that thing called? Fiverr.
Through Fiverr.
Yeah. People were telling me don't go on Fiverr, but what I did on Fiverr, you just have to be selective because everybody thought, oh, I could do You're Differently Able, and I was getting it back, and I was like, that ain't it. But when she did it, and she Majesty says the character, my brother's character is King. That's based off my brother. He has muscular dystrophy. We have Adore, who has dwarfism. We have Majesty, who has Down syndrome, and then Royal, who stutters when he speaks.
Gotcha.
But that was the character I had to make sure that she adapted her well. When she sent me that back, I was like, yes, that's
wow.
So she did an amazing job.
Now, were these characters in your head,
Yes.
I'm sorry, outside of your brother, were these people that you are familiar or familiar with?
Majesty is somebody I'm a little familiar with because I always had a heart for those, who had Down syndrome. Adore with dwarfism and Royal, those kind of came. They were in my head. They were living in my head. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, she did a great job of capturing the sentiment of the book. I
Yeah,
mean, you know what I mean?
She did an amazing job.
Because I think just without reading, I'm able to see, exactly what it's about and what's happening in each scene.
And it's a collective effort. When you have a good illustrator, they take your vision, you collaborate together, say what you want, and then they bring it to the page. And she did such a phenomenal job. I was a little mad because she didn't meet my deadline, but when I got my illustrations back, I was like, okay, I forgive you.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. My mom is on here. She told me to tell you hello.
Hello, mother. I can see. I can see you doing something with this one as well. Now, brother, was he born? Are you born with it?
Yeah, he was born with it.
Okay.
He was diagnosed at around 10 years old.
Really?
Or a little bit before that. But the doctor said that he wouldn't live to see, I think, 12 or 13. Wow. But he lived to see 22 years.
Yeah,
and, He was definitely an inspiration, and I always try to keep my brother's legacy alive.
Now, is that a gradual?
Yeah, because when he was younger, he lost his balance a lot, so it was something that gradually happened to when he was confined in a wheelchair. I think he was about 10 or 11 when he was confined to a real wheelchair, and most of my experience with him was in a wheelchair, but I do remember when he would walk, we would have to kind of walk behind him with the wheelchair. He would get tired quickly, so it's something that progresses over time.
Gotcha. Wow. Now, okay, so author, playwright, I'm gonna say them all. Actor, writer, director, producer, and of course, award-winning author. Because that was the what was that awards show for that?
I won Peach Theater awards with Shanda Du Bois. She lives in she lived in Charlotte, but she recognized me for Purpose Pains in 2020. When COVID had shut down and everything, it was a virtual award show.
Gotcha.
So, it's a great award show. Shout out to Shanda.
Yeah, shout outs. So let's talk about the play. Where can people get tickets? I know they purchasing it right now. We're purchasing this.
Yeah, I actually got another ticket sale. Wow,
that was nice.
I'm like, I need to come to G-Wave show.
Pull up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting all these ticket sales.
Hawk your wares. You know what I'm saying?
You heard
Holy
folks.
Spirit of something up in here. I was like, come on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
to get tickets, you could go on my website, www.Deonte, DeonteBolden Productions.com, or you could simply just go to Eventbrite, looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. There are two sets of tickets, so there's one for specifically for virtual. You can get virtual tickets so you see it from the comfort of your own home.
Are they different?
Yeah, they're different
prices.
So, no, they're no different. They're the same price. I kept the same price for fairness. So
I got you.
It's the one that says online streaming, and then there's one that's just for the stage production to come in person. So.
Gotcha. Now, I know you don't want to totally give it away, but what's the takeaway? Like, if I've seen the play. It's been a couple of years. I would have to really refresh myself. In fact, I'm going to come out and see it. But the takeaway, what would we walk away with?
You will walk away with knowing that, just like I said earlier, that love doesn't hurt, but falling in love with the wrong one does. And to be patient and understand that God has place. When God created us, he created us all for divine purpose, and God knows who he placed to be with who. And we just have to trust the process. I think sometimes we just rush ahead of God with so many different things.
Facts,
and then we could look back on it and be like, how did I get here? And then it's like, well, did you seek God? Did you pray about it? Because if you did, then you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in now. So what I want people to understand as they walk away from this play is that, Mr. and Mrs. Right is there for you. You just have to prepare yourself in enough time that when that person comes, that you're ready. Because we're so busy worrying about the other person. It's like, are you ready?
You totally forget about yourself. Comes? Yeah.
Because I already told God, I was like, well, give my wife, a couple more years. I'm getting it ready because I'm busy right now.
Right.
I'm working on things. But, just to be prepared, and you'll leave this stage production feeling inspired.
Okay. Now, one more question before we get your social media and all that. Yeah. Now, has Mama found love in all the right places?
She's still looking.
She's still looking?
Yes.
She ain't on the chat lines, though.
I want to get out there a little bit more and put her stuff out there because there's a Facebook dating app.
They do have that, yeah.
And she's just, every time somebody hit her up, the first thing she think is that everybody's just, she was like, he don't look right. That ain't the right suit. That ain't the color.
I think she might have hit me up once or twice.
Maybe, but
that's funny.
It's coming for her, though. She's putting herself
out. See, you got to do that coming to America. See, what you need to do is go down to the church. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get a church girl. You know what I'm saying?
I think the church is the wrong place to do it now.
Hey.
That's another play. That's part 2 of looking for
let me help you out on that writing, bro, because listen. It will be strictly in the church, bro. You're like, do we go? No. I can tell you stories right there. You know what I mean?
That's coming part 2.
That's what's up. So where can people find you at on social media, your website again, and get your books and the whole deal?
Yes.
And of course, again, tickets to the play.
So again, Instagram, I'm on Deonte Bolden Productions. I'm Deonte Bolden on Twitter, and then Facebook is Deonte Bolden Productions. And then my website is all the links to my social media, so it's www.DeonteBoldenProductions.com. You can also get links, like I said, to my social media. And then once you get on the website as well, is the link to purchase tickets as well.
Okay.
So, but again, tickets are on sale on my website, www.DeonteBoldenProductions.com. And then also in Eventbrite. So Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. If you look that up, you'll see 2 links for that, online streaming and in person. Purchase your tickets. And
Can you get your tickets at the door?
We're trying to encourage people with less contact to do online. So we're encouraging people to do that. But if you happen to come up and you found $35 on your way up to the theater, I am not
add an extra 10 to your 20.
I'm gonna say, come on in. The blessing is there. So yeah.
That's funny.
Get your temperature checked at the door.
You know what I'm saying?
Just as long as you ain't coughing, sneezing, and all that.
And bring your mask.
Yes, wear your mask because we are enforcing.
Oh, matter of fact, so how would that? Because I watched comedians perform in front of people with masks, and you know how it's one thing we hear it, ha ha ha, but you also kind of want to see it, like the facial expression. Yeah, you know what I mean. How's that gonna feel?
I don't know. It's gonna be different, but I just feel like it's best to keep everybody, safe. That's my number one concern. But out here to last, we learn how to adjust through this mask thing.
You gotta pause for laughter.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, and we'll definitely be getting people's reactions at the end and things like that. So we'll just see how God moves with it. But it's an adjustment for us all. But as long as we come out, be safe and have fun, that's the most important thing.
That's what.
Ain't nobody gonna be suing me saying they got
right.
Other than my show.
So y'all got the disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? Deonte Bolden Productions presents Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places is going down February 12th and 13th at 6 p.m. at the Sewell Mill Arts Center. And that's at 2051 Lower Roswell Road in Marietta, Georgia. Yeah. So get your tickets at DeonteBoldenProductions.com, or you can go to Eventbrite, look up Looking for Love in All the Right Places, and purchase your tickets. But remember to bring your mask if you're coming in person.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
What'd I say? Looking for
right
place. Oh, the wrong place.
They do find them in the right place at the end.
Right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prophet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Get your tickets, come out and show some love. Deonte, is always a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
You got the podcast, you got the plays, you got the books. You're a triple threat, man.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to get out there and do God's work.
That's what's up.
It's all for the glory of God. If it wasn't for God, none of this would be possible. So I just that keeps me humble, because sometimes we get above ourselves and think that we're on this level. But it's like, no, anybody can do what I'm doing, but it's just by the grace of God that I'm able to continue doing what I'm doing. So I appreciate people like you and other different people who are just so supportive, of what I'm doing. So.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Always a pleasure. Anytime you got something, certainly come through, kick it with us to let us know what's going on so we can shout it out, man.
I'll be back.
That's what's up. It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, G-Wade Podcast, and I'm kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
Y'all know what it is. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, and I want to thank you all for tuning into this episode of the G-Wade Podcast. Now be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell to stay up on all the latest videos and content that we post. And we just appreciate everything.
Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at G-Wade Podcast. Tune in.